So welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to talk about a different S series phone from Samsung. We're going to discuss the S23 FE. Now the S23 FE, the FE stands for Fan Edition. Now, I've had some folks out there in the community that watch the channel have asked about the FE and how it compares to the S24 series. We're going to get into that, but in another video. Today I'm just going to give you my first impression because I actually just got the phone today, so I need more time to test it. But the FE is a really nice phone. It's a little bit larger, and as you can see here, compare it to the S24, it's a little larger in size here, and you can see by the view of the screen that it's wider and taller. And to give you an actual understanding of what this means to me, well, with the new Z Fold 6, the front screen is going to be this size, which is a 6.4 inch. So if you look at it compared to what the Z Fold is now, going to get a lot better front screen. I'll spend a lot more time with the Z Fold than I do with this one. So first impression, I like the size. The 6.4, or they say the 6.3 is like the perfect size. Well, I'm really liking the 6.4 inch size. Now let's go around the outside real quick. You can see here, very similar to the flagship phones, the S23. Look at that. It's got the 3-camera design, the setup, just like the other phones. And with the 3 cameras, you have the standard phone, the ultra wide, and then the 3x zoom. So as far as performance, along with the S24, you should be able to take pretty much the same shots. You might get better photos with the AI assist and a little bit better camera in here, but we'll cover more of that in the next video. So taking another look at the outside, you can see this is a nice flat finish on the S24, where on the FE, it's really glossy. You can see the reflection in the background, and that's what makes this a real fingerprint magnet. I don't know if you can see the fingerprints there or not, but my goodness. Now, because of the glass back, they both actually have a glass back. This just doesn't look like it, but this, because of its size, it's really going to require a case. So this is a phone that needs a case if you want to protect it and keep it from cracking, that is. Now, here's something I just want to say about the S23 FE, the S. To me, the S means it's a flagship phone, just like all the other S series phones. The only difference is it has 2-year-old flagship hardware inside. So this thing having the Snapdragon Gen 1, 8 Gen 1, versus the 8 Gen 3 in the newer phones, they're able to cut costs. So this is your budget-friendly phone, but with the S series flagship name. Now, with just a few hours of use that I've had with it, I'm really enjoying it. I like the size. It maneuvers really well. It's just as fluid as the S23 is, and that's due to the 120 hertz screen. Now, I don't want to get into a whole lot of detail because I'm going to save that for the other videos, but I'll tell you what, it seems really smooth. Check out this from an overhead view. We've got 2 phones side by side. You can see the definite size difference, and on the FE, you can see an additional border. The border is a little bit wider than what you've got on the S24 series. So if that bothers you, you may not want it, but I'll tell you what, I hadn't really noticed it until I pointed out, and that's the honest truth. Other than that, the performance of the screen is really good, and the clarity is very good. Now, when I flip them over on the back side, you can see, just looking at the back side, so on the back side, you can see it looks just like the flagship phones. The only difference is all the fingerprints because of the glossy back. Now, another thing I want to show you here, and I'm not sure which camera you can see it better on, so I'll display them both. You've got the side on the 23 FE is a little more round, where you got it squared off on the S24, and to where this looks more like a iPhone clone with the iPhone design. The FE has a little bit more of a departure from that because it looks round and the color scheme around the edge. But to be honest, I really like the look, and it feels very comfortable in the hand. Even though it's a little bit wider than the S24, it just feels like the perfect size. Now, this phone is sporting the Android 14, just like the S24. Let's take a look at these here together. We'll go into settings. You can see here, let's go to about, and you can see the software information. This one has the 6.1 UI, and this is 6.01 UI. So that's really the only main difference. And then, of course, they both have Android 14 on them. The S24 being the January 1, 2024 version versus July 1, 2023. However, there was a software update ready on this one, and I just haven't installed it yet. So maybe once I install that, it looks like it'll actually be a newer version as of March 23rd. Maybe that'll make the comparison between the two even better. So you've got to watch this next week when I come out with the comparison between the two and give you a fuller review on the S23 FE. Now, honestly, I really don't have much else to say right now because I just got it today and haven't had a whole lot of time, haven't even really taken any photos with it. So if you want to see the full version, the full review, make sure you're subscribed to the channel so you don't miss the next video after having more time to do more research. Now, I've got to say, this is your chance if you want any specific information on this phone, you want to decide whether you want to save money on a budget phone versus the higher end flagship, and you want to know exactly what the difference is, and there's certain things that you've got to know, hey, leave it down in the comments so I can make sure to cover it in the next video. And of course, while you're down there, smash that like button for this video so it gets pushed out more in YouTube and helps this channel. It gives me a little love when you smash that like button. And then of course, obviously, if you've never subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe while you're down there. Now, if you've never looked into or tried these budget phones to save some money, you've got to try it. Thanks for hanging out with me today. Until next time, God bless.